A very pleasant evening to all who are in tune to the Eastern Caribbean Spa House on this beautiful, warm Wednesday evening. It is the 14th day of June in the year 2023, and it's the On the Mark program once again. And of course, I'm sitting in for the regular host, Honorable Mark Brantley, Premier of Nevis, who is not here with us tonight. But I am here. Eric Evelyn sitting in for the Honorable Mark Brantley, and we have a wonderful show lined up for you this evening. Of course, we know this is a show that has been going for several years, and of course the most listened to talk show in the Federation and I believe in the region. And we welcome all of you who are in tune to the Eastern Caribbean Spa House tonight for On the Mark. It's good to have you with us. If you're in tune in St. Kitts and Nevis, in the rest of the region, or in the diaspora, it's such a pleasure to have you. And of course, we also welcome those who are viewing via Facebook live, and of course we thank you very much for joining us. And of course we are hoping that you'll be with us for the entire 2 hours. Of course, we know that later on the lines are going to be open, so if you want to call in and in case you want to talk to us in terms of what we will be discussing tonight, or put anything else on the table, we always welcome your calls at 869-469-1616 or 1700. So once again, it's a pleasure to welcome all of you to On the Mark on this beautiful Wednesday evening. I'm not here alone tonight, and you know I like when I have company, so I'm happy that I have company tonight, and I have 2 persons in the studio with me. They are here to take over the show tonight. I'm just here to moderate, but I believe they're going to be taking over the show tonight. But of course, before we get to our 2 guests tonight, of course we normally do a little housekeeping matters at the start of the show. And I just want to extend some greetings to those of you who might be celebrating today. Whatever the celebration, whether birthday, anniversary, whatever, of course, I want to wish you all the very best. Hope you've had a wonderful day so far. Let me extend some belated birthday greetings to Diane Liber there at Market Shop. You celebrated your birthday today, and I hope you would have you had a wonderful day, Diane, on your birthday. And anyone who is celebrating today, hope you've had a great day so far. Enjoy what's left of your special day. So if you're celebrating today, happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy whatever the occasion is, and continue to celebrate to the max for the next couple of hours that you're celebrating. And of course, we all always say good evening to those who are not feeling so well. Those of you who are under the weather for this evening, we say good evening to you. We say good evening to those of you who are in the hospital, in the homes, in the flamboyant home, those in the senior citizens home. Let me say good night to all of you in the hospital. A special good night to you, Kathleen. Hope you're feeling better this evening. And of course, we say good night to those who are taking such wonderful care of those in the hospital and in the homes as well, the nurses and everybody else who work there. We say good night to you. Continue to take special care of the patients and those who are not feeling so well. Those of you who are at home and not feeling so well, we say good night to you as well. And of course, we say good night to those of you who are in the bereaved column at this time. I want to say a special good night to my very good friend right here in Bath Village, Constantia Concy Brown Williams. We know that you would have lost your daughter last week suddenly, so we say good night to you. And of course the entire Brown family, those up in Rollins, Hogg, and the rest of the family, those here in Bath, wherever you are, the Brown and the Williams family, the Brown and the Bell family there at Pond Hill as well, and everyone who is related to the young lady who would have lost her life last week. And I just want to say as well, congratulations to I hosted I sponsored a domino competition there in Gingerland at Big Six Flavors this past Sunday, and it was done. We had actually a grill master competition and a domino competition. The grill master competition was hosted by the Department of Gender Affairs, and of course while they were doing that, I hosted the domino competition. I want to say first and foremost congratulations to Big Six himself. He would have won the Grill Master competition, and he's actually going to be heading to Florida, I think, in October to take part in a competition there with Dr. Packer. I think Dr. Packer Backyard Grill Competition. Dr. Packer, good night to you. I'm sure you're listening at this time. But congratulations, Big Six. I understand that you knocked it out of the park and you won hands down. Congratulations to you. And I want to say congratulations to all of the teams. We had, I think, some 14 teams that took part in the domino competition. I understand it was quite a competition. Of course, that would have started on Saturday. It ended on Sunday. The Grill Master competition was on Sunday afternoon. But we say special congratulations to the winners and all who took part in that domino competition. By all reports, it was a wonderful competition. And so we say congratulations to the 4th place winners, Davis and Company, the 3rd place winners, Sharpest Killer did. In 2nd place, Alan Crew, and the 1st place winners, Tumbo and Virgil. So congratulations to all of you guys who made it to the top 4. And congratulations as well to all who took part. So I was very, very, very pleased and honored and privileged to sponsor that domino tournament right there at Big Six Flavors. Big Six, good night to you. And of course, I know that it would have been a wonderful weekend for you. Of course, we've had some great action in Gingerland for the past couple of weeks. You know, a couple of weeks ago, we had the official opening of the 869 bar and the sports bar right there in the heart of Gingerland. So Gingerland is in the spotlight. I'm happy. Things are happening in my constituency. And as I talk about the 869 sports bar, I think tomorrow night they're going to be having oldies night. I understand they're going to be having spooge and oldies reggae and oldies soca and calypso. So if you want some place to hang out tomorrow night, I'm sorry, not tomorrow, Friday night. What am I saying? Today is Wednesday. Friday night, they're going to be having old school music there at 869 Sports Bar there in the heart of Gingerland. Okay, so that's my little housekeeping. I had to get it out of the way quickly because, as I said, we have quite a lot to talk about tonight. We have quite a lot of grounds to cover. And I am indeed pleased, as I said, to have 2 persons in the studios with me. I don't think any of them are strangers to the Eastern Caribbean's Powerhouse studios and the microphones, and so I will now give them an opportunity to say goodnight and introduce themselves. And of course, as I said, we have a lot of grounds to cover tonight. We have an exciting show lined up, and so I'm going to allow my guests now to greet the audience and to say goodnight and to say who they are.
All right, good evening, everybody. I'm Sway Evelyn, culturama committee member, and we're here tonight to discuss culturama to build some excitement. I'm accompanied by...
Yes, Abernathy, no stranger to the microphones of One Radio. And before I get into this evening's discourse, I want to join the Honorable Eric Evelyn to congratulate my former student. When we hear about Big Six and cooking, persons must know that he got his cooking skills from me. And so, I was quite pleased to know that, having taught him well in school and out of school, imparted my cooking skills to him, that he was able to...
But did you teach homemaking in school?
No, but my dad was an ace chef, and so I picked up a lot of skills from him, and I would have passed on most of those skills that I learned from my father to Big Six.
Wow.
And I just want to let you and Sway know that on my way here, Big Six called and asked me to accompany him to Florida in October to be a part of his cooking team. So Big Six, I want to say a big congratulations to you, huge congratulations to you. For
what are you going to do, carry the barbecue brush?
Well, I am the one who will be, setting the menu, setting the menu. Denrick will be going along with us as well. Wow. And so we have a heavy contingent.
Yeah.
It's a pity that his brother Swain does not have culinary skills. Otherwise, we would have included him on the team as well.
But you should teach Swain something as well.
Well, now he's stationed working at the Culturama Secretariat. Day by day, I'm trying. When I bring my lunch that I cook to the office, I would call him and show him and say, Swain, this was prepared by me. He would ask, boy, Abba, how you prepare that? And I would tell him, Swain, this is how you do it. Bam, 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 bam. And I'm sure that he goes home after work and experiments.
I am disappointed because you have all these culinary skills and you have never passed on any to your brother.
Well, I know that Ma taught you well, I know that Ma taught you well, so I know that you Ma taught you well. Your brother Booga is a very good cook. Frank, they're all good cooks, and they would have gotten those culinary skills from Ma.
Okay.
So I know that you don't need any.
I think you need to do a little research about check with Big Six, because I've cooked for him a few times in his house actually.
And so Eric, we are here this evening, as you rightly said, to To talk about Culturama, we know that Culturama is in the air. We had an activity at the Charleston waterfront. Was it June 2nd?
Yes.
June, a massive activity at the Charleston waterfront. We took a break last week, and we are going to be back this weekend over at H&M Seafood Restaurant and Bar. We'll be having the second in a series of Action Corner events. On Friday, we have the media launch of Culturama 49, and so things are really kicking up and pepping up, and we are getting the activities hyped up. I think that we are in a good place, Eric, in terms of Culturama 49. A number of persons have been saying that they have not been hearing anything, but let's face it, along the way we have had some challenges.
Yes.
And there is no running away from this. We have had some challenges in sourcing contestants, but I can say that as of now we have 10 of the federation's finest beauties.
But Abu, you know, a lot of the time, sometimes we here in Nevis and probably in the
good
Federation.
Things don't come easy, you know.
I know.
Right.
And you know, but the thing is, as you talk about, we had some challenges and we also a bit of a late start. You know, sometimes when you're under pressure, it brings out the best in you.
Yeah.
You know, and so I know that we have had some challenges, but we have a fantastic committee, a hard-working committee, and we know that it's going to bring out the best in the committee. It's going to bring out the best in persons who are taking part in the festival, and it's going to bring out the best in all of us who's going to be going out and reveling for Culturama.
And so, Eric, this evening, with your permission, we want this program to be an interactive program.
And I like what Swain said at the beginning. We're going to bring up the hype tonight.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Right? And the
so
excitement.
Persons can call in to win some giveaways that we have.
You're giving away early, boy.
We're not giving away spirit. We're not giving away spirit. And so we're going to be, you know, giving away some little goodies here and there. One of the good things about Culturama this year, Eric, we have some generous, very, very generous sponsors that have come on board.
And we want more.
And we are looking for more. For fear of not of leaving out some of the sponsors, I just want to say that the sponsors that we have this year, they are very, very generous. I, however, it's imperative that I single out Bonnie. The good folks over at Bonnie, we signed a 3-year agreement, $300,000 to be disbursed over 3 years, $100,000 each year. And I want to say a huge thank you to the good folks at Bonnie. Formerly they were known as the Bank of Nevis International, but they're now known as Bonnie. So if you hear us speaking about Bonnie during Culturama, formerly known as the Bank of Nevis International, but they are now known as Bonnie, and they came on board in a big way. I also want to say a big thank you to Flo. They have been a perennial sponsor of Culturama. We have TDC's, Hosford's, Rams was out of the mix for a very, very long time, since the passing of Kishu. And this year we approach his daughter Kiran, and Rams has come on board in a very, very big way. And so we want to thank all of these major sponsors. National Bank, they are Bank of Nevis Limited, that is the commercial bank right in the heart of Charlestown, and all those other sponsors.
NHLDC,
Nevlec. That's why I said I didn't want to.
I know you'll get into trouble, but I had to get in NHLDC.
NHLDC, I got a call this morning.
Yes. From
Mr. Bonkampa, and he said the minister told me to call you, and I said, why, since yesterday the minister tell me call you, but he slipped me. So yeah, we cemented that sponsorship this morning. And so I want to say a big thank you to all those other. Dojan Jack, he's a sponsor of the swimwear. Carib Jack, that's the name of the company. The Navy Solid Waste Management Authority, and every single person, whether large, small, in between, we value your sponsorship. Sponsorship is sponsorship, and as Bob Marley said in one of his popular song, one cocoa full up
Oh, definitely.
And
we can't do it without our sponsors, Abo.
And Eric, I need to get the Honorable Mark Brantley to take out this strap and give you 2 across the back, because how can we ever leave out the contribution of the Nevis
Island? But I was coming to that.
Oh,
I was waiting for you to say it, and if you didn't say it, I would have said it.
Okay.
The Nevis Island administration is the main sponsor. Is our platinum sponsor.
Yes. And so, for all of the contributions, big, medium, small, tiny, even the festival contributors, we want to say a big thank you.
Of course. And we are indeed happy, and as I said, we are looking for more, because Abo, I don't think people understand how much money we have to expend every year for this festival. It's an expensive festival, and so that's why we value so much the contributions, whatever it is, whether big, small, in between. We value the contribution that we get from our sponsors. And if you're out there, and Abba, we must also remind our sponsors that they get some serious mileage. They get some serious mileage during our shows, during the entire festival. And so once you're a sponsor, your name will be called during the festival. You will be tired hearing your name. So if you want to hear your name called, if you want to hear your business big up, call the Culturama Secretariat tomorrow. Say, I want to be a part of Culturama. And of course, we are gearing up for the big 50. So you can start putting in your sponsorship now and increase the sponsorship for next year. So those of you who are out there, we have a lot of businesses on the island of Nevis who may want to contribute. Please, your contribution cannot be too small for us to accept.
Yes, and so Eric, you spoke about the mileage that the sponsors would get being a part of the festival, and the mileage begins this week Friday, because this week Friday at the Malcolm Gishard Recreational Park at 10 a.m. and we are going to be carrying this live on Van Radio. It's going to be streamed live on Van Radio. It's going to be streamed live on the Culturama social media pages, also on the Department of Information, NTV8, and their social media pages. And this morning, I got a message from a radio station in Tortola, Caribbean Broadcasting Station, and they were seeking permission to carry the live stream down in Tortola, and so I granted them that I gave them permission.
The live stream for Friday?
The live stream for Friday.
Oh,
it's
okay.
going to be live streamed on Caribbean Broadcasting Station, I think it is. Mr. Andrew Cox down there in Tortola, in Tortola, the BVIS. And I want to say a big thank you to Andrew. Andrew has been one of the persons, one of the media partners for Culturama, with Culturama over the years. He has done human service in terms of carrying activities and disseminating the information to the persons in the diaspora, in the Virgin Islands and the U.S. Virgin Islands. And so we want to say a big thank you to Andrew, and also to his main man here on the ground, Almond Descent. Because of this initiative, persons in the U.S. and British Virgin Islands will be able to hear what is happening on Friday. And so, coming back to what is happening on Friday.
And just before you leave that, Habo, I wanted to commend the gentleman as well, because I don't think people we realize how much listeners we have in the BVI, in Tortola in particular. I mean, the people in the BVI are in tune to what is happening here in Nevis. I mean, a lot of them actually even get the Nevis newscast on nightly, and persons in Tortola sometimes actually message me and they say, I saw this on television, I saw this on the news. And so, I mean, I was there for a funeral a couple months ago, and I was amazed. Everybody down there knew me and I didn't know them, because they see the news practically every night. They listen to the radio, and so people in the Virgin, the BVI in particular, they are in tune to the hometown of Nevis. So I'm happy that they will be able to get the action live and lively on Friday.
And so, as you were speaking to sponsorship, Friday, the sponsors will get an opportunity to hand over their checks to you, the Minister of Culture.
Yes, sir.
On Friday, and so the mileage begins on Friday.
Yes.
And so it's not too late if you want to get in the mix, if you want to give the Honorable Eric Evelyn, even if you do not have the real sponsorship cash or
Precisely.
check for Friday, do a symbolic
Yes,
on Friday, and then later we'll accept it
We'll
after.
accept an envelope, even if it's empty.
Even if it's empty, the cash, however, has to come
Oh, yes.
after. And so I just want to encourage persons who have been thinking about sponsoring Culturama to come to the office. Call the office 469-1992, or you can go through the government extension 469-5521, extension 6660, 6661, 6662, or 6663, and you can speak to any one of the officers.
And they can call you on your phone. They can call Swain's phone. They can call me on my phone as well.
Anyone.
Just call us.
Yes.
Tell us who we want to sponsor.
Yes.
And we'll accept.
Okay. And so, Eric, Swain is playing a big role in Culturama this year. As I mentioned before, he was recently stationed added to the staff at the Culturama Secretariat. In fact, Swain is understudied me for when I make my departure from the Culturama Secretariat, and so I want to publicly congratulate him for accepting the offer to come and join the staff at the Culturama Secretariat, and he is playing a big part this year. He started off the Culturama pre-activities with a bang, Action Corner. So Swain, let the people know about the Action Corner.
All right, just letting you know, based on if you were there on Friday, the first one we had on June 2nd, that was the start of a new era of Action Corners. Most people remember we used to do them on Fridays. Now we are exploring different days and different avenues of having Action Corners. So the second Action Corner, as Mr. Leibel said, is Saturday the 17th in Cotton
Before you
Ground.
go to that, you must let them know how the first one went, man.
The first one was...
You got bragging rights. Right, Abo?
Exactly.
Yeah, so the first one, it came out a lot better than I couldn't even dream. I mean, we had small acts, we had Ultimate Band, we had Odyssey. I mean, the bands did a great job. We had a good crowd. We had music festival, having some giveaways. White Sands having some giveaways, and like I said, that was just the icing. That's just the start of the new era of Action Corners. On Saturday, we're gonna have DJ Purple at H&M in Cotton Ground, 5 tonning. DJ Purple, and we're gonna have the Soca Teaser, where the Soca Monarch artists will be basically releasing their songs. That is going to be streamed live as well. So come out and listen to the newly released Culturama music. The competition pieces that they're going to be using for the power and the groovy section in the Soca Monarch. Our next stop is going to be after.
Before you go to the next stop, what time on Saturday?
Saturday 7. At 7 p.m. We're going to start at 7 p.m. On Saturday, and it goes down. Okay. The Soca Monarch Soca Teaser is going to be hosted by Itebulus, who is the chairman for the Soca Monarch show. And this is just a little piece of what you can expect on the show night.
Yeah, and Swain, I just want to, since you're talking about soca, I just want to let the listeners know that the Culturama, the National Bank Soca Monarch semi-finals would take place on July the 22nd, 8 p.m. at the David Freeman Center of Excellence, right there in Gingerland. And then the grand finals of the National Bank Soca Monarch competition, both groovy and power category, would take place on Thursday, August the 3rd, 8 p.m. at the Cultural Village. So whilst we were talking about Soca Monarch, I just wanted to put in a plug for the upcoming activities.
Right. So from Cotton Ground, we're going to go to July 1st, where we go to Dewdrops, right there in Cades Bay, where we're going to have Sister Sensia and the core band. And as usual, well, what you might not know, we had giveaways for the first Action Corner. We're going to have giveaways for the second Action Corner, and we plan to continue. So please come out to the Action Corners. You can win. There's many items that you can win to start to plan your Culturama your Culturama calendar. You know, for those of you that need to shop, you never know, you might win a ticket for a show. You can order your clothes early because you know you're going to that show. So there will be many giveaways. We cannot say exactly what will be given away. You have to come on the night of and get a chance to win yourself tickets and other items for Culturama this year. So when we leave Dewdrops,
before you move on as well, Swain, I have to put in a plug here as well, because I was congratulated. I want to congratulate you as well for being a part of the Culturama Secretariat, for taking up the challenge, because I don't think you are aware of the kind of challenge that working in that office has.
I am becoming aware.
A lot of challenges.
I am becoming aware.
I ask Abo, I just be sorry for him every year. I just be sorry for this gentleman every year. But he survived, and I know you can survive because you have the mettle to survive as well. But we have to realize that this year, because of Swain's initiative, the Action Corner is now moving around the island. And we never had that before. And it was Swain is the one who pushed hard. He said, I wanted to take it around the island. I want it to be different. For the past years, it has been right there in the heart of Charlestown every Friday afternoon. But we wanted, as you said earlier, we wanted to build the hype. We want to build and increase the excitement right around the island. And so I am happy that you came up with this. You brought the idea, and I think you're running with it. And I think it's going to bear fruit, where we're taking the Action Corner right around the island.
Yes.
So I want to commend you for that and congratulate you for that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Evelyn. We're taking Culturama to the people.
Yes.
And like I said, building the momentum for Culturama this year. When we leave Dewdrops, we go over to Dewdrops, we go to Big Six. And we have DJ Smudge and New Wave. That is July 8th. July 8th. The posters will be posted as we go. So you will be able to see what is going on in your area and when to come out. After we leave Big Six, we're going to have Esme. We're going over to Esme in Butlers. And we're going to have Casanova Band and DJ Dendy. And like I said, don't miss the Action Corners. Don't let somebody tell you, I was there and I want a ticket for this, or I want this, or I want that. Do not miss out the Action Corners.
But you guys realize that from this weekend, we have action every weekend?
Yes.
I mean, this is some serious building up, you know.
We're building up the
serious
momentum.
Building up, yeah. And as I said, I mean, for the past couple of weeks, Nevis has been filled with action.
Definitely.
Filled with action. And I mean, people, at one point in time, people say, I don't have any place to go. Well, there's so many places to go. So many places to go. I mean, of course, weekend after weekend after weekend. And of course, from this weekend, building going straight to Culturama, there's some place to go every weekend. Compliments the Culturama committee. Go ahead, Swain.
Yes. And all these events are free leading up to Culturama.
That's
so
right.
Take advantage, go out, come and listen to your artists, listen to your bands. And, you know, we are trying to bring Culturama to you. And as Mr. Evelyn said, yes, it is a difficult job, but I do urge the public to work with us. It's very important. You have to work with us. We're not always going to get it perfect. We're always going to get it right, but we're going to try. And we're going to keep trying and take Culturama into the future, so to speak.
And of course, I agree with you, Swain. People, we need to have some patience sometimes when you're dealing with the committee members, because trust me, organizing these events and organizing the Culturama and managing and executing a festival of this nature and of this magnitude, it's some hard work. And we have to remember that the persons who are part of the committee, they're doing voluntary service, they're doing national service, and so sometimes we rip them apart for no reason. Any little thing goes wrong, we cuss them. That is not necessary. We need to encourage the committee, we need to encourage the persons who are part of it, because I said they are given national service. So we want you to work with us, as Swain said. We're working with you, so we want you to work with us.
Yes.
Eric, a sponsorship just came in.
Okay.
Somebody from the US is messaging me here, and they are going to be sponsoring the crown for Miss Culture this year.
Okay.
So I want to say a big thank you to Hazel Francis and Lucina Wade Stapleton. Well, I don't think she's Wade anymore. Lucina Stapleton. Let me just state Lucina Stapleton. We all know her as Lucina Stapleton, the 1974 the first Miss Culture Queen. And I want to say a big thank you, Hazel. I want to say a big thank you, Lucina, and the organization that you all are representing in the US for messaging me and saying that you will be sponsoring the crown for the winner of the Culturama 49 Miss Culture Queen pageant.
So ladies rolling in. I believe we're going to get more rolling in tonight, you know. Ladies who are going in for Miss Culture, your crown has already been secured. I like that.
Okay. All right. So as we add, the food fair this year, there's a change for the food fair this year, where the agriculture would have their fruit festival on the Friday, the 4th of August. And the 4th? Is it 4th? The 4th, right?
The 5th.
Friday.
The Friday is the 4th. And the
right,
5th.
right, okay.
Yeah,
so I was
he
correct.
did say 4th, yeah, you're correct, yeah.
So Friday the 4th of August is normally the fruit festival.
Yes.
And that is going to be held at the park, the Malcolm Gishard Park. The food fair also will be held there. So what we're doing this year is vendors that want to vend for both days, have the option, the food fair vendors, you have the option of coming the Friday and the Saturday. This has never been done before. So there's a lot of new things happening this year, a lot of new opportunities. So you have 2 days now to vend instead of one. So you come the Friday and the Saturday. For the food fair, just a few things that we're going to be having. We're going to be having a mixologist competition. We're going to be having a bingo for $5,000. Somebody has asked to do a bingo at the food fair. $5,000 jackpot. One game. Okay, so you don't want to miss out on that. We're going to be having the food exhibition, which is people preparing, for instance, like sugar cakes and stuff like that. They make them from scratch right there, and the samples are given to persons that are there. So please come out, support the Arts and Craft Culturama Food Fair.
And I have to say as well, again, Swain, congratulations. I know you have run this with the food fair for is it the past 2 years?
It's more than 2 years.
Okay, well, for the past years you have been managing the food fair, and you've been doing an exceptional job as well. So I have to give kudos to you.
Thank you very much. This year we're gonna have the kiddies corner as well. There's gonna be an area for the children. We're gonna have Lucky Dip. We're gonna have the string band. We're gonna have live bands. Lots of entertainment. You're gonna have masquerade, steel pans. I mean, there's so much entertainment all day, and the food fair goes to 10 o'clock this year. Over the years we would finish at 8, but it goes down until 10, so you have more than enough time to come. You can have breakfast, you can have lunch, and you can have dinner at the food fair.
And Swain, that food fair is easily the biggest event on Nevis,
I think
that
so.
food fair is a massive event, and talking about the food fair, I think I'm happy this year that it's going to the Malcolm Gishard Park as well, because I know for the past 2 years we have contemplated going there, but we stayed in Charlestown. But I could recall I was in St. Kitts a couple of weeks ago, and a gentleman said to me, Mr. Evelyn, you all need to take the food fair back down there. Even before it became the Malcolm Gishard Park, it was there, and he insisted. You know why I want it there? Because I want it there. When I finish there, I want to go down by Sunshine, go drink with Killer B. So please, he said, he was begging me, please bring the food fair back to the park. And so we are happy we are bringing it to the park this year.
Okay, so like I said, the food fair is on this Saturday. I don't know if I mentioned the date. That is the 5th. So the Agriculture Fruit Festival is the 4th, the day before, and the 5th is the food fair. So please make plans to come out and have a good time. There'll be lots for you to enjoy, foods for you to sample. I mean, music, good company. It's a great area. People normally will tell me they saw people they haven't seen for years.
Yes.
They show up at the food fair. So come on out, and we are preparing these activities for you to enjoy. Please keep that in mind. You know, Culturama is about us, and we need to come out and enjoy the activities. There's an activity for every person. You might not be into jamming on the road Juve morning, but you can come to the food fair, you can go to the Calypso show, you can go to a Calypso tent, you can go to a action corner. So there's something for everybody. So come and enjoy the activities.
And you made a point there, Swain, that we have to accentuate. You said that it's a place where people get to meet. It's an excellent opportunity for people to socialize.
Yes.
You know, when you go to the shows, it's a different thing. You go and you sit down, but when you go to the food fair, you're milling around, you're talking to people, and as you rightly say, you see people who you haven't seen for ages, those who come in for the festival. And I mean, it's an excellent opportunity for people to gel and for people to socialize.
And so, Eric, we're going to take a break and take in some of King Ginger, Culturama time. And when we get back, we're going to give our first, we're going to do our first giveaway.
Okay, fantastic.
That is the motto. We can unite as one, that's what we are proving. While we depicting the black man's culture of long ago. Hey, local drama, we proudly portray. And if you love nigga business, you're in the right place. Or if you just wanna play as well, this are the season. So there is no reason to stand here staring in space. And shake up your waist to culture music. It's so nice you can't refuse it. And before you forget, let me remind you, there's no other effect of this kind. Some making merry, some busy making money. But darling, if you don't have a time, do not fret, I will give you mine. This a culturama time. Everyone, everyone. This time I hear the place like a magnet. Nationals about coming here to roam. Some of them like if they caught in a dragnet, and they now realize that there is no place like home. Hey, Culturama is the big attraction. I tell you, this is the action they don't wanna miss. You can go and search the whole world all over, but you will never ever find nothing quite like this. We jamming peaceful and everybody joyful, so you don't have to think about crime. Get that nonsense off your mind. Music campaign, you can see people ramping. Well, let me jump in and join the line. Pick the rhythm and sing the rhyme. It's a culturama time. Everyone, everyone. Yeah, this is a jam. Let me shake the banner. It's a culturama time. Look at happy people, don't stand like you feel. It's a culturama time. It's a culturama time.
Alright, welcome back to On The Mark. If you're just joining us, the excitement is right here. We're building the excitement to Culturama 49 right here in Queen City, Nevis. I'm sure those of you who are overseas, those of you who are in the diaspora, if you haven't bought your ticket yet, if you haven't gone online and booked your ticket yet, you need to do so. You need to be home for Culturama 49. So we're back. We're building this excitement for Culturama 49, Culturama 2023. As I said, if you're just joining us, we have two guests now in the studio tonight. We have Antonio Abernathy live, and we have Swain Evelyn, and I'm your host tonight, Eric Evelyn, and it's good to be with you on The Mark. Abo, back over to you.
Yes, and so, Eric, we're going to go to our first giveaway for this evening, and I want the listeners to tell me who was the 2013 Culturama Calypso King, and the winner of that of this question would get a ticket to the Grand TDC Senior Calypso Finals, which is slated for Friday, August the 4th, 8 p.m. at the Cultural Complex. all you have to do is to name or give me the Calypso King of 2013. Simple. Call the numbers 469-1616, 469-1700. And I think that the telephone lines, they ought to be lighting up now, because it's a very easy question. and you can win.
We have a caller online. Good evening, caller. You're on the mark.
Hello, good evening. King this and that.
No, you are absolutely wrong. Try again, please.
Do we have another caller online? Good evening, caller. You're live and on the mark.
Good night.
Good night. I know this voice and I believe he's going to win.
The 2013 king was King Bingi.
The moment this caller called it, I know he would win. Abo, is he correct?
I think I recognize that caller. He's a former Calypsonian who recently, a few years ago, exchanged marital vows, and from that he has bowed out of the Calypso arena. Yes, Ringgrove Powell, known in the Calypso circles as Wingy. You are absolutely correct. King Bingi won the 2013 Culturama Calypso competition. Wingy, could you tell me one of the songs that is sung in that competition?
One of the songs sung in that competition was, let me see.
That should have been part 2 to the question.
The Hammer.
The Hammer.
Wow, big year on the button.
The Hammer, and the other popular one was We SIDF money.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, Bingi. Thanks for participating.
Congratulations, Wingy. Wingy is our first winner tonight, and Wingy is going to be going to the Calypso competition. Compliments the Nevis Culturama Committee. And of course, he answered that question correctly. The 2013 Calypso monarch, King Bingi himself. And of course, we have another caller. The question has been answered. I don't know if you want to. Hello, good evening, caller. You're live on the mark.
Okay, I was just calling for the answer.
Sorry, somebody won that already. So you need to listen. I will have some more giveaways later on in the show. So listen, and you may be able to call back and win. Thank you very much, and you have a good night.
Okay.
All right, bye. Yes, go right ahead.
And so, the winner, the answer to that question, that is King Bingi. And King Bingi won the Calypso, first won the Calypso competition in 1987. And then he came back sometime later in 1989 with a very popular song, Jam Bouncer, won the competition. He came back in 1993 and stole the Calypso crown from me.
I like that.
That means he had stole the Calypso crown from me in 1993, and then came back.
Stole it from under your nose, right under my nose.
Took a very long break. Took a very, very long break from Calypso, and then came back in 2013 with those two powerful songs, and captured the title in 2013. And King Bingi will be back on stage this coming Sunday at the Old House Cafe, because the first in a series of Calypso tents kick off this Sunday at the Old House Cafe from 7 p.m. We have some 10 Calypsonians that are going to be performing, and King Bingi will be the guest performer at this Calypso tent. We are dubbing this Calypso tent as a Father's Day special. You know that Sunday actually is Father's Day, and so we want to give the fathers an opportunity to come out and enjoy some good calypsos. We're expecting the wives and the girlfriends and the side chicks or whoever to bring them out. Bring them out this Saturday, this Sunday, 7 p.m. Old House Cafe, and enjoy some good Culturama 49 Calypsos.
You say that's going to be at 7 p.m.
It's going to be at 7 p.m. right there in, what's it called? Stony Grove?
Stony Grove.
Right there on Pump Road. At the Old House Cafe, we have the Culturama 49 All-Star Band. They will be providing the musical accompaniment for this Calypso tent. And so I'm inviting each and everyone to Come on out this Sunday, 7 p.m. Father's Day. It's the Father's Day edition. And we are kicking off the TDC Senior Calypso season with a bang right there at the Old House Cafe. And King Bingi will be our guest performer.
Fantastic, Abo. So, of course, Culturama is going to be off to a real bang this weekend. We have action on Saturday nights. We have action on Sunday nights. Right?
And we have the media launch on Friday.
Yeah, so it's an action-packed weekend. It's almost like Culturama is already here.
We're practicing, gearing up.
About give us an idea of how many Calypsonians might be taking part on Sunday.
We have 10 Calypsonians that rehearse, but let us back up a little bit. We have 19 Calypsonians.
Wow.
We actually had 20 registered Calypsonians, but one Calypsonian met me last week and told me that he is encountering some challenges, and so he has decided to back out of the competition this year. But I think that 19 Calypsonians registering is a lot.
It is a lot.
They rehearsed last week, and they rehearsed last night at the Cultural Village, and they're going to be rehearsing again tomorrow night at the Cultural Village. And then we move to Old House Cafe. And some of the Calypsonians, let me give you an idea of some of the Calypsonians that will be performing at this Grand Calypso tent, the Father's Day Calypso tent. We have King Astro, King This and That, King Hollywood, Nutsy, the Badman Polo, the Undertaker, Sabu, King Invincible. And we know that Invincible is now up from the junior category, and he has now transitioned to the senior category, and so he will be competing for the first time among the big guns. And we have Lady Composer. Now, Lady Composer, many persons would not know who Lady Composer is, but she is a Gingerlander, a Matchman's Road former resident. Her dad went by the name of Dan Clark.
Yes.
And she now resides on St. Kitts and has competed in St. Kitts. But she has decided this year for Culturama 49 to come to her hometown Nevis to take part in the senior Calypso competition. We also have Empress Lyric and we have Kido. So I think that is some 10 or 11 Calypsonians that will be performing. And Lady Composer, she should be calling in tonight to officially release her song during this program. So if you are listening, you can give us a call and we will accommodate your official release live on the biggest platform in the whole Eastern Caribbean, the On The Mark show.
Okay, we have a caller online. Good evening, caller. You're live and On The Mark.
Hi, good evening.
How you doing?
Yes. Abo, I would like some information here. We saw in St. Kitts for Carnival, the Taiwanese government, the Taiwanese ambassador donated $1 million.
1.5. 1.5.
Yeah?
1.5 million.
Good. Can you inform us if any donation will be coming from the Taiwanese government? Maybe not the same amount.
We have started negotiations, and I think I can say that we should be, or we will be, getting something. It would not be as sizable as that was donated in St. Kitts, but we are in discussions, and I am hopeful that we will be getting something. We are partnering with the Taiwanese. This year we are partnering with the Taiwanese. In fact, the Taiwanese are going to be having a Taiwanese expo at the Malcolm Gishard Recreational Park. The first day of the expo is on Wednesday, August the 2nd. The second day is going to be Thursday, August the 3rd. Friday, August the 4th, they're going to be back there in the visitor center at the Malcolm Gishard Recreational Park. And then on the Saturday, August the 5th, they will be partnering with the Nevis Culturama Committee. And so we'll be having the Taiwanese Expo in the visitor center. On the grounds outside, we will be having the Culturama. Well, let me put on the proper handle. It's the National Bank Art, Craft and Cultural Food Fair.
Finally, can you give us an idea of the corporate sponsors that are already on board and make a plea for others, small businesses, medium-sized businesses, large businesses to come on board as well. Okay?
Well, we did mention some of those corporate sponsors at the top of the program, but it would not hurt to name those that I can remember off of the top of my head. I do not want to get myself in trouble. We have our lead sponsor, Bonnie, and as I said earlier, that they are contributing $300,000 over 3 years, $100,000 each year. We have Flo, and Flo has been a perennial sponsor of Culturama over the years. We have National Bank, we have the Bank of Nevis Limited, we have SL Horsfords and Company Limited, we have Nevlec, we have NHLDC,
Rams.
we have Rams. I have to put in a big plug here for Rams. They are back on board this year.
Solid Waste.
The Nevis Solid Waste Management Authority, Stellar's Engineering. I did not mention them in the initial list.
The Nevis Island Administration.
Nevis Island Administration. we have Carib Jack, and all of these sponsors have willingly come on board. And the sponsor that came on board just a while ago to give a crown, as I said, one cocoa full of a basket. That is monies that we do not have to spend to buy a crown this year. And so Lucina, Stapleton, Hazel, Francis, I want to say a big thank you to all of these sponsors.
Caller, you there? Okay, all right, the caller has gone. Do we have another caller online? Not as yet. All right, but as you were naming the Calypsonians who will be taking part in the tent on Sunday, it almost sounds like a Calypso show there.
Calypso final.
Yeah, it's almost
all big guns. Farmer King.
Yeah.
Akio. I wonder if Akio was a Farmer King. Maybe not. But you have Hollywood. This and that.
You have Astro.
You have Astro, Invincible, a Junior King. All of these Farmer Kings.
All right.
In their own rights.
Yes. We have another call online. Good evening, caller. You're live and on the mark.
Good evening. This is Lady Composer.
How are you doing, Lady Composer?
I'm doing great.
You sound great. I haven't seen you in a long time, but I assume you look great as you always do.
Well, you'll see me soon enough.
Good. All right. It's good to hear you again tonight. All right.
So tell us the reason why you're calling in this evening, Lady Composer.
I'm calling in because I'm coming home, and as Mr. Libo told you, I'll be participating in the Culturama Calypso show this year.
Lady Composer, how long have you been competing in St. Kitts?
I started in 2019.
So what took you so long to come back home?
Well, you must ask me what took me so long to hit the stage in the first place.
Well, I've never seen you perform, but I'm certainly looking forward to seeing you perform this year.
Okay.
So, Lady Composer, for those who do not know you, because you left Nevis
a long time
ago. So give us some background as to who you are.
Yes, I'm Venetia Clark. I'm the daughter of Olivia Clark and Daniel Clark. Those of you who know Mr. Special, Miguel Mills, his wife, Eileen Mills, she is my sister. And those of you who might know Luther Clark from St. Kitts, the farmer who normally used to
No, your correction.
I know him well.
Luther Clark from Nevis. Don't say from St. Kitts.
Yes, and as Mr. Libert said, he's also my my agriculture teacher from Gingerland High, and I am basically his neighbor. Both of us are from Matchman's Road, Gingerland. Yes.
Good.
And so you're calling this evening for what?
I am calling to release my Culturama Calypso.
Okay, so tell us something about your Culturama song for this year. The title, speak to what this. Tell us something about the song. Who wrote the lyrics? Who did the musical arrangements? The production, and tell us what we should expect from Lady Composer for Culturama 49.
Okay. The name of my song is The Invitation. And my name speaks for itself, Lady Composer. I write all of my songs. And my daughter, Tyela James, she's also an arranger. And this year, it was a complete mother and daughter team She did all the harmonizing of the horns, and I will let her speak for herself. And the music was produced. You could basically say co-produced by Kaila and a gentleman by the name of Mr. Lewis. So Kaila did the complete arranging and co-produced along with Mr. Lewis. She's also the beautiful voice you're gonna be hearing backing up my voice is my daughter.
Wow. Sounds
and
good.
I would let her speak now. Hi guys, pleasant good evening.
Good evening. How you doing?
I'm well, thanks. And you?
I am doing pretty good too. Good to hear you.
Yes. My name is Kaila James. I am Lady Composer's daughter. So as was mentioned before, the song we are releasing tonight is a collaboration between the two of us. My mother wrote the lyrics and I arranged the music. When I say arrange, what I mean is I am the one who came up with the melodies for the trumpet, the saxophone, and the trombone. I also came up with the progression of the chords. In addition, both of our voices are also featured in the song. She is the lead singer and I am the backup singer. So like I said, this is a mother-daughter collaboration and production all the way through.
You sound very talented.
Yes, I'm a musician, yes.
Well, I am proud of you. I'm happy to hear. I'm sure you're the daughter of a Gingerlander, so you're a Gingerlander yourself.
Yes.
And of course,
filled with talent, you know.
Good things always come from Gingerland. Gingerland always produce only the best.
Yes.
And if your mother knows me well, and she knows that I like to brag about Gingerland.
Well, I can brag a little bit about St. Peter's because that's where I am from.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So it's a combination of Gingerland and St. Peter's then.
Yeah.
But of course, one federation, two islands, one paradise.
Of course. Yeah.
And so, Melissa, you have that song lined up? Okay, so let us give a listen to Lady Composer, a song entitled The Invitation.
But this culturama will make everyone feel better. The festival will be clean, a festival of glass, helping all culture to last. The culturama team putting the hard work in, night and day, behind the scenes, and the participants, they are really keen. So for Culturama 49, I'm calling you in. Welcome to the festival. It's Culturama 49. Welcome to the festival. I promise you'll have a good time. Talent, splendor, and happiness await you at this address. Come and join the greatest summer line. It's Culturama. It's Culturama 49. showcased in pageantry. The soca and calypso will be rocking you to and fro, and you won't even want to leave. And the Mr. Cool, when them fellas hit the stage, they will leave you quite amazed. And the swimwear chicks, they too are in the mix. So Culturama 49 got to be your pick. Welcome, welcome to the festival. It's Culturama 49. Welcome, welcome to the festival. I promise you'll have a good time. Talent, splendor, and happiness await you at this address. Come and join the greatest summer line. It's Culturama. It's Culturama 49. So nationals at home and abroad, visitors I welcome all. This is my invitation call. Come be a part of the festival. Japanese girls and masquerades, Juve food fair and street parade. Enjoy the atmosphere, festive spirit everywhere. Come on in and unwind. Free up and celebrate. Come and participate. Make Culturama a date. And whether big or small, it doesn't matter at all. For Culturama 49, it is for all. Welcome, welcome to the festival. It's Culturama 49. Welcome, welcome to the festival. I promise you'll have a good time. Talent, splendor, and happiness await you at this address. Come and join the greatest summer line. It's Culturama. It's Culturama 49.
Lady Composer? Hello? Lady Composer, you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Listen, I have to congratulate you. That is a hit.
Thank you.
I love that blend of voices with you and your daughter. It sounds so good.
Thank
it
you.
sounds
Thank
so
you,
good.
thank you.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And I know Abo and Swain have some comments for you as well. But you know, Lady Composer, as I was listening to you sing, right? I was there remembering that you sat close to me in church. You remember that, right?
Yes. And Sunday school, yes.
Yes. But trust me, I love the tune. I love the tune.
Anglican church, yeah.
Yes, you really hit it, and you really hit it hard. So I'm looking forward to seeing you.
I started singing on Radio Paradise, the Christmas Carol competition.
Yes.
And I recorded my first song for that Christmas Carol competition on the veranda of the same Anglican church with Judith Mason 2 years ago.
Yes.
1982.
I remember that.
Swain is too young, so he would not know you.
I can't remember.
And that was the first time I wrote a song.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've been composing since 1982.
Yes.
I started composing Christmas carols for the former regional Christmas carol competition.
Yes.
On Radio Paradise.
You have matured well.
And then what happened is that one time at my school in 1997, we wanted to put on a little Calypso show for the guys, and I was sent out into the community, to the Calypsonians and so on, and we did not really get anybody to write for us, and because I knew that I had a composing background, I told the head teacher, don't give up, and by the time I left school that day, I had completed one Calypso and working on the other one, and the show came off with 5 songs, and I wrote 4.
Great. Good. So you have some great background. Anyway, Swain wants to talk to you all as well.
I would like to congratulate you, and I would like to especially congratulate your daughter. I mean, the arrangement for someone that dabbles in music myself, I am very much impressed. I mean, I like the melody of the song. I was here. It was a wow for me, and I'm happy to see ladies coming out and taking part in the Calypso competition. We have 3 ladies this year, and I hope by next year we have 10.
Okay, well, I have to give the best to my born in land,
Yes, definitely.
Yes. And your daughter, great job. I am really impressed with the arrangement. Excellent job. And the voice as well. I mean,
yes, thank you. Okay.
So keep at it, and, wishing you guys all.
Sounds familiar. Are you from Hanley's Road?
Yes, I am from Hanley's Road.
Yeah, he's my cousin, lady composer.
Oh.
Yes, right from Hanley's Road.
Man, tell the lady that you are Spencer Evelyn's son.
Yes.
You know Spencer Evelyn, right?
Spencer.
Done by Sheila and Joan Evelyn.
Okay, I know Clive Evelyn because that was my classmate.
Clive is my brother.
That's Mr. Evelyn, that's Luti's brother.
Yes,
yeah, right.
Yes.
But you know Spencer and Joan and
Jacqueline.
Sheila.
I know Joan and Sheila.
And Jacqueline.
Well, the brother Spencer, that this is his son.
Yes. And Jacqueline, who lives in St. Kitts.
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay, Van.
Yes,
right,
Jacqueline's nephew.
Yes.
Oh, okay, all
Yes.
right. Yes. Okay.
So,
Okay.
congratulations and job well done.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
How about what you have to say?
Yeah, I just want to congratulate Lady Composer and her daughter for an excellent job. I know that Lady Composer, she has the ability, she has the talent. When she spoke of that song competition on Paradise, yes, it brought back memories, and I remember that recording on the back gallery of the St. George's Anglican Church. I faintly remember when you spoke about that Calypso competition in 1997 at the Jindal and Secondary School.
No, it wasn't the Jindal and Secondary School. It was a school down here.
In St. Kitts. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I started composing Calypso in St. Kitts.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay.
you're right.
Okay, so congratulations, and we're looking forward to great things from you for Culturama 49 and the big Culturama 50. You think you could be crowned the first Calypso female monarch in 50?
Anything is possible.
Work towards it.
And she spoke to me, Lady Composer spoke to me about 2 weeks ago, right, Lady Composer?
Yes,
about a week and a half ago, and she said, she wanted to release a song on the Mac. I said, of course, we would love to have you releasing, and I didn't know that I'll be hosting tonight, so it's a pleasure for me to actually host when you are releasing the song. Okay?
Yes, Mr. Culture.
All right. Congratulations again. Excellent job, and we look forward to seeing you performing on stage for Culturama 49, and as I would say, for Culturama 50 as well.
I will be at the practice tomorrow night. Where is that, Mr. Liebert?
Cultural Village. Same place, yeah. Cultural Village.
Okay, yeah. All right, thank you.
And we'll see you on Sunday.
Hopefully as well. I have to travel over the waters.
Yes.
And I have to walk with my daughter. And I would like to say now, My daughter is paralyzed. My daughter cannot walk. She has been that way for 16 years. This happened when she was 12, going on 13. So all this beautiful, production that you are hearing from my child, she has been paralyzed from her chest down for the past 16 years. And she has been doing all of this from her in a paralyzed state.
Wow, I'm impressed. I'm even more impressed now. I'm even more impressed. I love that. Great work to you and your daughter.
Yes.
But you can realize her positive spirit.
Of course, she's full of life.
Yeah, very confident.
Yes. So thank you very much for calling in and sharing your first piece with us. And I know that is just a teaser. I'm sure when you come with the second one, it's going to be even a bigger hit.
All right.
Thank you so much and have a good night, and looking forward to seeing you all in the first tent on Sunday.
Thank you guys for having us.
Our pleasure.
I'd just like to say hi to everyone who is listening at this time. And stay safe.
Thank you. And you have a good night, you and your daughter.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye.
Congrats again. Thank you very much. And of course, it's about 13 minutes away from 9 o'clock. You're listening to On the Mark here on the Eastern Caribbean Spa House. And tonight we are building the vibes. We are building the vibes to Culturama 49. Of course, you've heard a lot from Swain, you've heard a lot from Abo, and we were just graced with the beautiful voices there of Lady Composer and her daughter. What a song. Abo.
Yes, and so Eric, we're going to go into our second giveaway.
Yes.
Second giveaway for this evening, and it's not going to be as easy as the first one. But I'm wondering if I should ban Wingy. Wingy,
He won already, so.
Wingy, you're not supposed to call on this one. Okay,
So it's another Calypso thing then?
No, it's not Calypso.
Okay.
And so our second winner will get a ticket to the Miss Culture Queen pageant that is slated for the evening of Sunday, August the 6th. Sunday, August the 6th at the Cultural Complex. And we have 5 Nivision beauties who will be gracing the Cultural Complex stage on that evening. And we want to say a big thank you to the sponsors that have come on board to throw their financial support behind these 5 Nivision beauties. I want to welcome back to sponsoring Culturama the Four Seasons Resort. Because just before coming here tonight, Eric, I saw an email from the Four Seasons Resort saying that they want to sponsor one of their employees who will be entering the Miss Culture Queen pageant for 2023. So a big thank you to the Four Seasons Resort. And so, in 1998, the Nevis Culturama...
Just before you go there, we have a call online. Good evening, caller. You're live and on the mark.
Good night, the Honorable Evelyn. Good night.
How are you doing?
Good night to the Star Wall, Abanati Libot, and good night to this gentleman, Mr.
Yes.
Mr. Culture?
Good night.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to wish Lady Composer all the best.
Yes.
She and she daughter. They're very talented. Lady Composer. She always brings music to me and she sang to me. But she tell me she going into for Culturama. But I believe that if she get in the last year carnival, I believe she would have done well because with the COVID, I believe she will be our third female Calypsonian. Calypso King. Calypso Queen, I must say. Calypso
Monarch.
But anyway, she got a lot of potential because she said that she was to well to the children in school. And you know that because when you see people like that, so talented, we got some, especially she daughter, we got to find some kind of place for them. Because she's very talented in music. So I just want to wish them all the best, wish them all the best in the music. And I believe that she will be the first female Culturama monarch. All right then, you all have a wonderful
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for calling.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Abo is back to you now.
And so in 1998, the Nevis Culturama committee decided to honor deserving persons for their contribution to the preservation, the advancement, the development of culture and Culturama on Nevis. And so it instituted the naming of a patron annually. 1998 was the first year. And so the question for this evening is, who was the first patron of Culturama in 1998? It's going to be a two-part question, and you're going to name the village in which that person resided. So it's a two-part question. You're going to name the Culturama 1998 patron, and you're going to give us also the village in which that patron resided in 1998. And come this week, Friday, at the media launch, we will be naming our 2023 Culturama.
Somebody is already calling now, or somebody has the answer. Good evening, caller. You're live on the mark. Do you have the answer for us?
Don't tell me I'm going to stump on the first attempt.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Black John from Harrison.
Oh, you're talking about John Libert. John Libert from Harris's.
Yeah.
No namesake. I don't want to call your name. I know you.
I know who she is as well.
No namesake. You're wrong. John. Let me tell you. John Libert was the patron in 2000. 2000. John Libert was named the patron. So you have to go back 2 years before that.
Thank you very much, caller. We have another call online. Good evening, caller. You're live on the mark. I think we have a winner this time. Good evening. You're live on the mark.
Good evening, Daldo from Back Village. Hello.
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 Yes, you're live on the mark.
Daldo, Back Village.
Boy, you stumped me, boy. Second call and you stumped me. Yes, Mr. Daryl Doe, Bat Village. He was. Can you tell me what was his contribution like? What did he do? What was he famous for?
Cakewalk.
Somebody there telling him what to say.
He was the cakewalk man. And so, you had a lot of cakewalk dancers coming out of Bat Village. And, it would be good if the villagers, the residents of Bat Village could, maybe not for this year, but for Culturama 50, it would be good if you could revive cakewalk. Daryl Doe would smile in his grave.
Abo, before the person give you the name, right, is a bad villager give him the answer. I know what I'm saying. I know the voice. It's a bad villager gave him the answer.
Abo.
Yeah.
Good evening, Marvin.
I know it's you, Marvin Powell.
Oh, Marvin Powell.
I know where he is hanging out right now. I heard when the person told him cakewalk. I was listening very keenly.
I hear the person laughing in the background to the same person.
Yes.
The guy.
I'm speechless.
Okay, Marvin. So you have won yourself a Miss Culture Queen pageant ticket. That show, they said, is on Sunday, August the 6th. It happens at the Cultural Complex, 8 p.m. in the evening. Thanks for participating.
Marvin, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Well, we're really building the vibes tonight. And of course, those of you who are out there, even if you're not calling to answer a question and you want to call to ask Abo a question, if you want to call to ask Swain a question, anything you want to call and ask about Culturama 49, Culturama in general, you can feel free to do so. Of course, we want people to be geared up for Culturama. We hear that this weekend coming up, we have an action-packed weekend. Friday, we have the media launch. Saturday's Action Corner. Sunday, it's Father's Day Calypso tent. So if you're out there, whether you're in Nevis, in St. Kitts, in the diaspora, and you want to call in and make a contribution, please do so. And we have a caller online. Good evening, caller. You're live and on the mark.
Good night. Did somebody answer the patron question already?
Yes, somebody answered already.
Okay.
Okay, I hope you had a great birthday yesterday.
Okay.
All right. Good night, and good night to you. And of course, as I said, we are live here on the mark. And if you're interested in calling in and making a contribution, if you want to ask a question about Culturama, if you want anything clarified, we have the experts here. We have Abonati Libert, we have Swain, Evelyn. Good night, caller. You're live and on the mark.
Hi, Hi, good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
When will they be revealing the contestants for Culturama this year?
Okay.
Thank you, I'll listen after.
Thank you.
So I did indicate that we encountered some challenges this year in sourcing contestants. And so usually by the middle of June, we would have revealed the contestants. We are looking at the first week in July to reveal those contestants. However, we are doing the reveal a little different this year. It's, you know, that social media is the way of the young people, and it's taking over the world right now. And so we will be revealing our Miss Culture swimwear contestants and the Miss Culture Queen pageant contestants during the first week. We have not yet finalized the date, but during the first week of July, we are going to be doing a social media release where we will be putting up the photos of the contestants, one per day, and we will be putting up a short bio of each contestant. Time is really against us, and so we really do not have time to do that reveal that we would do. Either last year we did it at the David Freeman Center of Excellence. Traditionally we have done it in front of the Navy's Tourism Authority building, and then in recent years we moved to the Charleston waterfront. Because of the time constraints, we will be doing an online reveal this year.
Caller, thank you very much for that question. And once again, our lines are open in case you want to call in. We are talking Culturama this year. And as we speak about Culturama 49, we have to remind folks, Abo and Swain, that next year is the big year. Next year is the homecoming. We're going to be branding it as a homecoming. And so we want everyone, every division who is living overseas to come home for Culturama 50 in 2024. And so this year is practically a dry run. That's why we have so many new things happening this year for Culturama 49, because we are gearing up, we are planning for Culturama 50. And so those of you who normally come home for Culturama every year, make sure you book your ticket early for next year. Encourage all the divisions who are living, whether in the Virgin Islands, in Europe, in North America, wherever you are. We want to see your face in the place for Culturama 50. We promise you it's going to be huge. And as we speak about new things, Wayne, I think you had something else to say about a new initiative, another initiative we have for this year for Culturama 49.
Yes, for those of you that saw the Bacchanal, that were at the Bacchanal Corner, Action Corner, would have witnessed the reveal of the Culturama promotional ladies. Those are not the girls for the show. A few people were confused. We have 5 lovely young ladies, and they will be at every Action Corner to greet you, take pictures with you, and socialize with you. Okay, this is also something new that we're starting this year. So as Mr. Evelyn said, this is just the practice for next year. You will see quite a few new things this year that you have not seen before. So stay tuned. Parade Day, Juve, you'll be seeing some new and different things this year. So stay tuned for an exciting Culturama this year.
I'm a little disappointed that Melissa is not one of the Culturama promotional girls.
Yeah, me too.
You see, the problem is, we have some gorgeous ladies, but
Melissa is gorgeous.
You put Melissa in the mix, you know, she has, exactly, there's no competition, so we have to
blow everything out the way.
Exactly, so, you know, we want people to be able to control themselves at the Action Corners.
Good.
So if Melissa is there, she'll get all the attention, and you know, so we didn't want that to happen.
And you know, someone stopped me the other day and they said, "But Eric, why these Culturama girls are not in for Miss Culture and Miss Swimwear? They look good."
But it's a part of, and people have to understand, all this is part of grooming them, build their confidence, etc. for next year or the years to come. If they want to go into a show, they would have had some experience with the public. So it's part of, and I think that's something that we need to do more of with the young ladies, because going into the shows, a few ladies they asked me, because they don't know what exactly to expect.
Right.
So they have opportunities now where they can come and get involved in other things that would start to groom them, that they can go into shows, etc. in the future.
Fantastic. Well, I like the idea of the culturama girls. Of course, people, as I said, people are already liking them because people are saying they're looking good and they should have been part. Why are they not in Miss Culture? Why are they not in Miss Swimwear? So, I guess it's a good opportunity. Maybe they're practicing for next year. You never can tell.
And I would just like to add, for the general public, please continue to motivate the girls. I find we don't motivate enough. Speaking to a lot of young ladies, they tend to listen to the chatter of the naysayers and the negative. So we need to boost these young people and not instill fear in them. Don't do that because people are going to laugh. No, you're not helping them in any way. So please, the general public, help us, because at the end of the day, you will say, we're not getting girls, etc., etc., but you as well have a responsibility to help us, to motivate the young ladies to go into these shows, etc. Right?
You know, that is one of the main reasons why a lot of contestants, a lot of girls don't enter.
Yes.
Because this crowd is not easy, you know. When people get on stage, whether it's in the cultural village, in the complex, wherever, the crowd is not easy.
No, it's not.
You know, and especially when you make a little mistake, oh Lord, they gone wild.
Yeah.
So
and
we need to encourage people.
The question, a lot of people, you may go on stage and make a mistake, but the same people that tend to laugh at you
They will never
go on the stage.
Precisely.
They cannot do it. So it's easy to sit and criticize. It's very easy to sit and criticize, but do you have the courage to go up there?
Precisely.
So, you know, we have to motivate the young ladies. And I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you to my subcommittee members for working with me. We started out in January and we've been going through. A lot of people tend to complain that a lot of young people are not involved in Culturama. Well, I'm letting you know, my subcommittees, I do have young people on the committees. They start to groom them in the earlies. My youngest member is in sixth form, and she came to me and said she wants to be involved in something, and I could not. There's no way for me to say no. You know, not many people would step forward and volunteer their time and show interest. So I have to really commend her, and there are a few others that came, and so I have a well-rounded committee. So it's not, people tend to say a lot of old people in Culturama. No, we have a mixture this year, and people who are interested, don't be afraid to come forward, and there's always some place, some way that you can help, or you know, lend a helping hand in certain areas. It's good to get the experience. Okay, so I just wanted to get that. Thank you to my committees for all the support, and looking forward to an awesome festival with you guys.
Fantastic.
So probably you could let the general public know what other responsibilities you have. You spoke about Action Corner. You spoke about
food fair, arts and craft food fair.
But you have other things on your plate.
Yes, I also have the street activities and the adult parade.
And you left out.
And village entertainment.
Right.
I didn't. Yes. So I'd like to say good night to Chanel Skeet and Moeva. Libud. Thank you for all the help and support, and thanks to my committee members again. I cannot say thank you enough. Mr. Evelyn congratulated me on the action corners, but I did not do it alone. I have a team that works with me, and it's all about teamwork.
And it sounds like your team has been working overtime to ensure that things are gelling.
Yes, we have, definitely. So I have to thank them very much.
Fantastic. Well, Melissa, maybe we can get a little bit more of some Culturama music. You're playing some Culturama music in the background. We can, you know. And once again, if you're out there and you want to call in, 869-469-16161-700.
I will not have a culture, trust me, you don't see nothing yet. Been nothing since yesterday. This life down in there. I know some see girls still out here shooting, taking their ways. We ain't going home till I'm morning. We fire the drinks till I'm morning. Girl be whining till I'm morning. Push up and moving till I'm morning. What we gonna do?
The culturama vibes coming. Yeah. Well, you're in June to the On The Mark program, and it's beautiful Wednesday evening. It's the 14th day of June 2023. And if you're just joining us, welcome to On The Mark. Of course, it's the most widely listened to radio talk show in the Eastern Caribbean and Toronto region. And of course, you know that we're going to have a repeat tomorrow. So if you listen tonight, listen again tomorrow. Those who don't get a chance to listen tonight, it's going to be rebroadcast tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And I'm Eric Evelyn, sitting in for the Honorable Mark Brandon this evening. And this evening, I have two guests with me in the studios. We're building the momentum. We're building the vibes to Culturama. 49, Abo and Swain are here with me. And we've had a great show so far. Of course, we've had the release a little earlier of Lady Composer. And you absolutely need to get a listen. You need to give a listen. If you just tuned in, you missed something great. You have to listen. You have to come to the Father's Day Calypso tent this coming Sunday night at 7 o'clock at the Old House Cafe. Friday we have the media launch at the Malcolm Gishard Park. Saturday we have Action Corner there in Cotton Ground at 7 p.m. Sunday we have Father's Day Calypso tent at 7 p.m. Old House Cafe. And so it's an action-packed weekend for Culturama, and we're not even into the pre-activities yet, you know, so we're really building. Abo, back to you.
Yeah, boy, Eric, we got another question to give away now. And I believe that we're going to have to ask Weber for extra time, because I don't think anybody can get this question.
You might be surprised.
By the time we are ready to leave.
You might be surprised.
And so,
people know their history.
Mr. and Miss Talented
history.
Youth Pageant came into existence, came into being. I think it, don't quote me on it, but I believe it's 1989. And so I want you to tell me who were the first Mr. and Miss Talented Youth winners. You're going to tell me the Mr. Talented Youth. Melissa, you can't answer. Nobody put up your hand. You cannot answer. You're going to tell me who was the first Mr. Talented Youth and who was the first Miss Talented Youth.
Man, Abo, that is an easy question. I thought you said that difficult. I thought you said that difficult. Somebody calling. Good evening, caller. You're live on the mark.
Good evening.
Good evening. You sound very positive.
The first Mr. Talented was Virgil Brown, and the Miss Talented Elsa Wilkin.
Oh boy!
Wow.
I thought you said anything that hard question.
To text Web and tell him we need an extra half an hour, and you stump me on the first attempt. What is your name?
Celia Powell.
Oh boy, I should have banned you know. I should have banned anybody.
Celia, is Wingy giving the answer?
Anybody for Wingy, I should ban them.
No.
But how you know that, Celia, and you just banned the other day?
I used to write them down.
Oh, you used to
you have your history books.
Yeah, I used to write them.
Okay, so you have won yourself a ticket to the Republic Bank Mr. and Miss Talented Youth Pageant that will be taking place on Sunday, July the 30th, 7 o'clock at the Cultural Complex. And Eric,
thank you very much.
Thank you. And so, Eric, when I mentioned sponsors, I forgot the Republic
Yes,
Bank.
you did. You did.
And so the Republic Bank, they came on board last year and they gave us a 2-year commitment. And so we did not even have to, well, we wrote to them this year, but we really should have.
It was just formality.
It's just a matter of formality because they gave a 2-year commitment. And they were so pleased with what happened last year with the show and the mileage that they got. That they, when I called them up this year, they said, no, we gave you a commitment since last year and we are going to stick to it. And so we want to thank the newly appointed branch manager in Nevis, Miss Tecia Burton. I want to thank Kelly in I think somewhere in the Windward Islands for their continued support of this important Culturama event. Because you see, we have to mold our young the youngsters.
Our young minds.
Yeah, our young minds. We have to mold them, and we have to inculcate the cultural heritage, the cultural traditions in them, so that when you and I and Swain are gone, this person could carry on.
Okay. We have
another
caller online. Good evening, caller. You're live and on the mark.
Hello, I'm calling to answer the question.
I'm sorry, someone answered the question already.
Let us see what I have.
But the question was answered already.
I'm going to stump somebody. That's why. Doesn't matter who.
Yeah, the question was answered already.
Brisker and Virgil Brown. And I didn't hear the answer anyway because I wasn't listening.
Yes, so somebody answered the question
answered
already, unfortunately. All right, but you may, if there's another question, you may just be able to win something else.
I guess I'm at a disadvantage anyway because I'm answering online.
Oh, good evening. How you do? I catch the voice now. You're calling from all the way in London, England.
Wow.
I don't know how you didn't pick up the voice.
I pick it up now. All the way in from
Northampton.
England. Northampton. I was looking for that.
Northampton, yes.
England. So I want to say good night to Constantia and your son. His name
Andre.
And Heather. Yeah.
No problem.
What are you doing? It's 10, 11, 12, 1, 2.
Listen, she listens to On the Mark every Wednesday.
No, but I work nights anyways.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a matter that I still listen.
So how are you doing?
I'm good.
How is the weather in England?
Oh, too hot.
Oh, it's just as hot down here.
And if you hear me in England complaining it's too hot.
Wow. It's good to hear you though, and everybody is doing okay.
Everybody's good.
Children are okay. The grandchild is okay.
Yeah, everybody's
fantastic. Good. Well, it's so good to hear you.
No problem.
Okay, and you give our love to everybody. Okay.
I will. You too.
All right, take care. Good to hear you. All right. Okay. Well, we have a call from all over England.
Yeah.
I wanted to answer the question.
What do they listen to?
Yes, I said everybody listens to On the Mark, irrespective of what part of the diaspora you are. Everybody listens to On the Mark, and it's really such a pleasure when we get people calling in from overseas, and it just shows you the reach of the radio station. Those of you who are listening online, those of you who are watching on Facebook, it's always a pleasure to have you on the Mark.
And then Eric, let me speak about two other sponsors who I did not mention earlier. Carrie Brewery St. Kitts Nevis Limited, they are back on board again this year. And also the Greenhouse Band, they have been a perennial sponsor. Well, formerly it was P-Chicks, but now Greenhouse Band, same persons. They have been a perennial sponsor of the Junior Calypso competition. And so I want to thank Jazik and his wife. They have been with us for a very long time. Very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie Breweries, they have also been with us for a very long time. Republic Bank, they came on board last year, so I want to say a big thank you to you. And so now, Eric, it is your time to shine, because you have an activity on the Culturama calendar that you have not been given prominence to this evening. And so I know that Corey and Boga and all those other guys, they may chastise you
precisely
for not promoting your event. So this is your opportunity.
Of course, yes, we have the Empire Sports Club Aquatic Extravaganza that has been on the calendar for a number of years now, and it is something that everybody looks forward to. And it's happening on Saturday the 29th of July. It's always the first Saturday in the festival. The festival will start on July the 27th, that's a Thursday, and then so we have that first Saturday. And so the Empire Sports Club, we are back once again. We'll be back with a bang again this year with our Aquatic Extravaganza. And of course we know that Aquatic Extravaganza is all about the water. It's all about doing your skills in the water. And so over the years we have grown. I know I would have had excellent collaboration and support last year from James Weeks, in particular. James Weeks and Reggie Douglas always give me a good hand. And so over the years we would have done the main activity has always been the greasy pole, and of course that always generates the most excitement, because even especially the persons from overseas who are not accustomed to seeing something like this, when the pole is there, it's greased, and you have all these attractive prizes there at the end of it. And trust me, I don't be sorry for some of those guys. Lord have mercy, they just get some serious pong. But anyway, they love it. And so people come every year just to get on that pole. And over the years as well, what we have been doing, we do swimming competition, we do diving competition. And last year we did quite a bit of swimming competition, because as I said, I got James to assist me, and so he would have come up with the different competition in terms of swimming, the breaststroke, the backstroke, and the butterfly, and the different categories of swimming. And so those will be coming back again this year. And so we're asking persons to come to the waterfront. Last year we had an excellent crowd. Of course, we know we were coming back with a bang from COVID, and we know that this is something that persons look forward to. It's a family event, and last year we had a lot more swimmers than we normally have, and so we'll be looking forward to those swimmers coming back again this year. And of course, we know once these young swimmers come out, they'll have the support of their parents and their family, and so we had excellent support from the general public last year, as we normally do, and of course we will be looking forward to that again this year. So that activity is the 29th, Saturday the 29th, at the waterfront in Charlestown. We have actually already booked the Grandmasters Band. We normally have excellent entertainment, and so once again we're asking persons to come out in their numbers to support. And I want to, of course, thank the sponsors who have been on board with us. There are some sponsors who come on board with us every year, and you'll be getting your letters very shortly to ask for the sponsorship, and we're asking you once again to come on board with us with the Empire Sports Club. And of course, as I speak about the Empire Sports Club, I also want to say thank you to persons who have been supporting us. We have been doing some fundraisers over the past couple of weeks, and we have had excellent support. We had a 35 and over dance there at the patio a couple of weeks ago. That went extremely well, and so we are asking you to continue to support the Empire Sports Club. We're a community-based organization. We do a lot of work in the community, and I want to thank my team members as well. Abo, you did mention my Vice President, Mr. Corey Maynard, and all of the other support team there at the Empire Sports Club. We thank you, and we're looking forward to your support once again this year. And of course, we're looking for the excellent support once again of members of the general public. And so once again, we are here on the mark. We continue to build the vibes for Culturama 49, and we just have another 15 minutes or so to go, so the time is running.
And so, Eric, in the next 15 minutes, I want to give a rundown of the official calendar of activities.
I thought you were going to wait until Friday.
Okay.
But if you want to do that now, some people may not be able to listen on Friday.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, because I'm sure people are already anticipating what it will be.
Well, let me just highlight some of the new activities.
Okay.
That is what I really wanted to do.
Good.
So this year we are partnering with AMP Promotions, Adelvin Phillip, yes, and he'll be doing a silent headphone party, a silent headphone glow party, and that is going to be taking place at Lynn's Deli, 9 o'clock on Friday the 28th. That is the eve of your aquatic sports at the
and Adelvin is part of the club, so he have to work Friday night, and you have to come. Adelvin, let me tell you, you have to come work with us on Saturday. So you're going to work Friday night, but you're going to come to the waterfront on Saturday to put in your work as well. So I'm warning you, so don't burn out yourself on Friday night.
And then on Saturday, while your Aquatic Extravaganza is happening at the Charleston waterfront, at the ETW Village Park, there's going to be the OSM Big 6 T20 cricket match. So we are partnering with a number of entities to offer a diverse calendar of activities. If you don't want to go to the waterfront, or if you go to the waterfront and you have taken in enough and you want to watch a little cricket, you go up to the ETW Village Park and the OSM Big 6, Terrell Wallace. And
tell us a little bit more about this cricket competition, because I haven't heard about it.
It's a T20 cricket match.
Okay.
I'm not certain who the teams would be. I think it's a team from Sinkis versus a team from Nevis. And they're going to be having this T20 match starting 3 o'clock at the ETW Village Park. Terrell Wallace is one of the main organizers.
Okay.
They have an organization, OSM Big 6 T20 cricket match, and they will be doing this Sinkis versus Nevis T20.
Are we talking about Big 6 flavors, or this is a different Big 6?
This is a different brand of Big 6.
Okay.
Not Big 6 flavors.
Okay.
This is Big 6 T20 cricket match.
Okay.
So that's a new activity that is on the calendar. Then we have, and my good friend over at Bonnie would lash me over my head tomorrow if I did not mention the Night of Steel and Five-a-Side Panorama competition that Bonnie will be sponsoring this year. And that is going to take place on Monday, July the 31st, 8 p.m. at the Cultural Complex. And again, I want to say a big thank you to Bonnie, all of the good citizens, the good people, the good workers over there at Bonnie, for being the lead sponsor of Culturama and the title sponsor of the Night of Steel and Five-a-Side Panorama Contest.
About some people may not understand the five-a-side competition.
I was just coming to that. And so
people like us who in the Trinidad would understand the terminology, right?
The five-a-side competition. The five-a-side competition. Let me look for my notes right here. Five-a-side competition. Now we have a number of steel pan groups, and when you were, well, you're still the Minister of Culture, but
yes.
when you were also in charge of community development, we had a number of steel pan groups under the NCDF, and you were also responsible for a number of steel pan groups under community development.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so we have a number of steel pan groups here in Nevis. And so this year, we'll have the inaugural five-a-side steel pan competition. What this is, we have 3 steel pan instructors on Nevis: Junior Paris, Gavin Patterson, and we have Miss Chevrolet Maynard. So you have Young Vibrations Steel Orchestra. I think that is Chevrolet's group. Wally Rhythms and Ponciana Rhythms, those are Junior's group. And Nevis Community Development Steel Orchestra and Gifted Youth Steel Orchestra. Those are 2 groups that are trained by Gavin Patterson, or who we call Trini. Now, the five-a-side competition, Trini would get 5 of his best players from Gifted Youth Steel Orchestra and Nevis Community Development Steel Orchestra. 5 of the best players from these 2 steel pan groups. Junior will get 5 of the best players from Wally Rhythms and Poinciana Rhythms. And then Chavonnet would get 5 of her best players from Young Vibration Steel Orchestra. And they would compete. The competition song that we'll be using this year is Caution, the 1994 Road March song, which was rendered by King This and That. And so we are going to be having that competition on Monday, the 31st of July. But before that, before the five-a-side competition, the 5 steel band groups that we have on Nevis, namely the Young Vibration Steel Orchestra, Wally Rhythms, Poinciana Rhythms, Nevis Community Development Steel Orchestra, and Gifted Youth Steel Orchestra, they would have a musical showcase, a steel pan musical showcase, where each of these groups would play songs from their repertoire for a period of 20 minutes. So you have 20 minutes from Young Vibrations, 20 minutes from each steel band, and then we will break and have the five-a-side steel pan competition. And it's only today the Chief Executive Officer of the Nevis Cultural Development Foundation, Mr. Jerome Rollins, reminded me that we will be having a guest band, EBJ Harmonics, out of St. Kitts. So it's going to be an evening of steel pan music like you have never heard before here on Nevis. And so I want to invite each and everyone to start gearing up for this competition. The groups have been busy practicing, and very shortly soon we're going to have to take the TV cameras to these panyards, where they are practicing, and take some clips, take some interviews, so that we could show it back on social media, show it back on NTV, to start to build the momentum, build the vibe for the steel pan competition. And
I have to stick a pin there, because I must absolutely congratulate these 3 instructors. I think steel pan in Nevis have come an extra long way. We have been making some giant strides in steel pan music for the past couple of years. So heartiest congratulations to Chavonnet, to Junior, to Trini. You all are doing an exceptional, a marvelous job. And there's so many young people in particular who are involved in steel pan music. I mean, swaying even down in Hanley's Road.
Yes,
I mean,
definitely.
they have come such a long way, you know, and they're doing so well, and they're into the steel pan. We haven't seen this excitement in steel pan for a very, very long time. And when you see those children practicing steel pan, I mean, I just see them down in Hanley's Road. They're into it.
Yes.
You know, they're into it. And I have to give kudos to the instructors. They have really, really built this interest from our young people. And I believe that the future for steel pan in Nevis looks exceptional. I mean, of course, Abba, we see what happens when we have the panorama in St. Kitts. You know, we have a call online. Good evening, caller. You're live and on the mark.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I noticed that you all didn't mention anything about poet in the square. Isn't there going to be any poet in the square?
Yes,
this year?
we will be having poets in the square from Monday, July the 31st. Monday, July the 31st, yes. We'll have poets in the square every day from noon until 1 after 1. And it's going to be every day right there in Charlestown in the square. From Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 days. And so
thank you very much.
That has been a staple. It was introduced to the Culturama calendar in 2013 when Dr. Patricia Bartlett chaired the Culturama committee. She introduced that event, and we have continued with it. This year is going to be the 10th anniversary of Poets in the Square.
I think that it needs a little more spice to it. As the last, when Dr. Patricia did it, we had hoxing of the coconut with your teeth and different things like that. Last year it was just poems, and the children were involved. It wasn't too bad, but a little more activities, I think, should be put back into Poet in the Square.
Well, what I can tell you is that this year Clayton Huggins would be assisted by Michelle Libert Rollins, Mrs. Michelle Libert Rollins, and I know that they have been meeting regularly, and Michelle is very, very excited about reviving and putting back in, you know, those cultural elements into Poets in the Square. And so I can guarantee you that this year we will see those things returning to Poets in the Square.
Thank
a lot
you very
more excitement.
much, because I think that Mr. Huggins wanted a bit of help last year.
Yes, I agree with you. And so Michelle Libert Rollins,
try his best, I must say.
right, she has consented to work along with Mr. Huggins to give him that support and that extra assistance that he needs to really put back the oomph into the Poets in the Square.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. And I have to say, caller, as well, that we thank you for raising that. But we want to remind our listeners and our viewers on social media, on Facebook, that tonight we haven't actually revealed the calendar yet. And so when the caller said we left out Poets in the Square, it was not by design. But we are actually revealing the entire package this coming Friday when we have the media launch. That is when we're going to actually have the reveal of all of the activities, the pre-activities and the full activities for Culturama 49. So when you want to know what's happening, all of the activities that's happening for Culturama, you absolutely must tune in. You must go online this coming Friday at 10 o'clock, and that will be the media launch of Culturama 49.
And Eric, I want before, because
Sure.
the time is slipping out,
Yes.
I want to mention two other events that
Sure.
we'll be having. We know that over the last couple of weeks, we had a massive drag race event at the St.
Yes,
James's.
huge.
It was when? Wit
weekend,
and
yeah.
we will be partnering with the St. Kitts and Nevis Drag Racing Association through the Ministry of Sports to stage another international drag race meet at the St. James's Raceway. In fact, the vehicles are still here. They did not go back. The vehicles that participated in the races on over the Wit weekend, they are still here. And so there's going to be another massive event. Someone who was at the drag racing on Wit weekend messaged me and told me, boy, but this is like another inter-primary, the amount of persons that are over there. Big ticket over there?
No,
persons were actually it took some persons like 20 minutes to get in from over by
the Honorable Troy Live put up
from New River. It took them about 20 minutes to get over and get into the gate.
Long line.
Yes.
And so that event is going to be back, and also an event that we have partnered with this individual over the years is going to be back. The Miss Caribbean Culture Queen pageant is going to be back again this year. And Eric, earlier this week, someone messaged me, it could have been yesterday, messaged me from Trinidad telling me that they hear about this pageant and they have a contestant that they want to send, so I put them on to Randy. So Randy's show, the First Federal Credit Union Miss Caribbean Culture Queen pageant, is back. And as Eric said, stay tuned this Friday because time is upon us. Stay tuned this coming Friday when we will have the full reveal of the calendar. We'll actually be having physical calendars, handheld calendars, 5x7 or 5x8 that we'll be giving out at the Action Corner in Cotton Ground on Saturday night. And I just want to encourage each and everyone to just bear with us. We encountered some challenges. We're off to a late start, but now we have hit the track and we are running
very fast.
Very fast.
Thank you, Abo. Swain, your final words.
All right, I just want to encourage the public. As I said, we are creating many opportunities for people to come out and enjoy the festival. There's something for everybody. Let us all have a safe and fun Culturama.
Thank you very much. And of course, you heard it there from Abonati Library, you heard it from Swain Evelyn. And we want to thank our guests for being here tonight. We had a wonderful, wonderful show. We want to thank those who called in. And of course, we remind you that the show is rebroadcast tomorrow at 1 p.m. So if you missed it tonight, listen tomorrow. If you listen tonight, listen tomorrow again. And of course, it has been my pleasure, Eric Evelyn, hosting for this evening. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you back here next week, Wednesday at 8 o'clock for another edition of On The Mark. Thank you, good evening, good night. We'll see you on Friday at the MGR Park, Saturday in Cotton Ground, Sunday at Whole House Cafe. Thank you, good night, and God bless.
And opinions expressed on the preceding program were solely those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of the